Good afternoon to all of you, our new Regis student athletes. I'm so pumped to have you guys here with us tonight. We're proud to offer this awesome programming for you during this Roar Pride week. I know we may have met earlier this week, but for those of you who I have not met, my name is Laura Violet, your Assistant Athletics Director and Senior Women Administrator. My role is to support the welfare, academic success, and overall experience of you as a student athlete at Regis. Today, I'm really excited and pumped and proud to be here with our Student Athlete Advisory Committee and their staff advisor to help facilitate a conversation so that you have a chance to hear from current student athletes about their experiences at Regis. We'll talk more about what SAAC is later, but for now, I would like to introduce you to Coach Angela Santa Fe, our head women's basketball coach and SAAC staff advisor. Coach, how are we doing tonight?
Thank you so much, Laura. I'm doing well. I'm excited for the incoming class to learn more about what's to come in their experiences of being a student athlete here at Regis. We have an incredible lineup of SAAC members who will be speaking with you today, each who bring a wealth of passion, enthusiasm, and pride to our campus. They have taken advantage of many opportunities that Regis has to offer, all while being a member of their respective athletic teams. I'm excited for them to share their advice, perspectives, and knowledge with you. Let's get started with the questions. I'm going to start with our seniors. What is one thing that you know now, with 3 years under your belt, that you wish you knew coming in as a new Regis student back then?
One thing I wish I would have known is how much I would have appreciated being a member of SAAC because of all the relationships made throughout the years and how big of an impact this club made on my college career.
And one thing I wish I knew was to network and socialize as much as you can. I remember when I was a freshman, I would go home for half of the week and I got really nervous when I'd get approached by people. But now, looking back at that and where I am now, I wish that I had those 6 months back because I would have done things so much differently. Because at first I only had like a couple teammates and my roommate that I was friends with, but now I have friends on multiple teams and I'm able to create a nice network that, one, makes me happy, but two, makes the whole Regis experience a lot more fun.
Guys, that was incredible. For our new students, I repeat, these were our seniors that you just heard from. So I hope 4 years from now, maybe 3.5 years from now, but 4 years from now, you guys can share and have some of these similar experiences that our seniors were so great to share with you. Seniors, to be seniors, I can't believe it that you're entering your senior year. I'm really proud of you guys, and so is Coach A. To shift gears back to our questions, I'd like to introduce you to our one junior on staff with us today, Freddie Beckman, to answer our question, what is one thing that you know now with 2 years under your belt as a junior that you wish you knew coming in as a new Regis student 2 years ago? Freddie.
Hello everyone, I'm Freddie Beckman. I'm on the men's soccer team and I'm going into my junior year. And one thing I wish I knew going to my freshman year here at Regis was just to put yourself out there, join many clubs, organizations, things that you wouldn't really do in high school, just to push yourself, see what you can do, see what you can accomplish, and also meet new people. Like some of my closest friends are outside the soccer team. I'm just grateful that I reached out to different clubs, organizations, just to be the person I am today.
Thanks, Freddie. And I appreciate you holding down the junior class tonight with the rest of our SAAC group here. So I know that there is another opportunity and another great segment for you to hear from them. But I want to ask our rising sophomores. So our rising sophomores just concluded their first year at Regis. And though it was a little non-traditional, as some of you can probably relate, I'd like to turn it over to our rising sophomores, Sheridan Blaha and Santi Pedraza Novak, two of our best freshman student athletes as members of SAAC. Directing this question to you, what is one thing that you both know now, fresh off of your first year, that you wish you knew coming in 1 year ago? 1 year ago, you entered Regis. I'd like to start with you, Sheri. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Sheridan Blaha, and I play for both the field hockey and lacrosse teams. One thing I wish I knew then that I know now is to ask for help sooner rather than later. We are students before athletes and we're trying to get a degree, so you don't want your grades to slip, and there's so many resources on campus to ask, like our academic coaches, our head coach, our GA, the Learning Commons, and then our assistant athletic director, Laura Violet.
Very well said, Sheri. Hello, everyone. My name is Santiago Pedraza, and I'm a sophomore here at Regis, and I play in the men's soccer team. And from my personal experience, I can tell you that one thing I wish I knew back then when I started a year ago is that as a student athlete on campus, you have a big role. And you have the chance to be a leader, and you have the chance to set the standard and show other people, because other people will be knowing who you are, and they will look up to you. So as a student athlete, take the chances you have and show other students the way, and always be available for people, and always be another resource that people can use for them to reach out, or if you need somebody to talk, just always be available for people.
That was awesome, you guys. Thanks so much. And I know you have a lot more wisdom that you will be sharing either later in this segment, or maybe some of our new first years have already watched you, depending on when they're watching this. So thank you so much for your time tonight. You guys, the 6 of these student athletes, you'll see them roaming campus, roaming the halls, competing on their respective playing surfaces next year. And I urge you to get to know them, stop and ask them questions, say hello, introduce yourself, because they have a wealth of knowledge and experiences to share with you as new Regis students. They're our friendliest faces on campus. Yes, they're members of our Student Athlete Advisory Committee, and I encourage you to meet them. To the 6 of you, again, thank you so much for your time tonight. And to all of you joining us, we're so excited that you're here, and we're so excited to see you and meet you when you get here in the fall, and when you get to campus in the fall, I should say. Thanks again, and good night, all.
Hi everyone, my name's Tori and I am going to be a senior on the Regis women's volleyball team. First, I would like to welcome all of you to the Pride. I would also like to talk to you a little bit about a club that I'm in called SAAC. As a 3-year member myself representing the sport of volleyball, I am excited to share with you everything there is to know about SAAC. SAAC stands for Student Athlete Advisory Committee. This organization is meant only for student athletes, and you must be actively participating on a team to be a member. Each NCAA institution has their own SAAC committee, and there are even national SAAC groups for each Division 1, 2, and 3. Made up of 1 to 3 representatives from every sports team, SAAC is meant to be the voice of student athletes at Regis. It is our responsibility to move forward student-athlete ideas and initiatives, and we participate and sponsor many other events throughout the course of the year. Being a part of this committee is a great way to meet student-athletes on other teams and to be involved around different areas of campus, as well as meet new people and get outside of your comfort zone. A couple of fast facts I think would be helpful for you guys to know about SAAC are: if being a leader on your team is of interest to you, SAAC is a great way to get involved in the Department of Athletics. By being involved in athletics, this may inspire you to become involved as a student leader across campus as well. You do not have to be a captain of your team to be a member of SAAC. We also usually meet every 2 weeks, and maybe more on the occasion that we have a big event coming up or an activity to prepare for together. Sometimes during a busy part of the year, or when we just need a break from our busy schedules, our committee meetings can even be a fun way to relax by getting together to play knockout in the gym. Those nights are equally as fun. Some other activities that we engage in include many team building exercises and conversations during meetings, and we also do a lot of volunteer work on and off campus. For example, this past year we visited a nursing home to spend time with the residents in Boston, and it was such a valuable experience. Other examples of some of our community service projects include our SAAC Field Day at the Turf on the Regis Founders Day every September. One thing I want to mention is that even though this year might look very different and Founders Day might not be the same, I know that SAAC will find a way to contribute to the community as best we can. Two of my favorite SAAC events that we are involved in are Division III Week and Regis at the annual Athletics Award Banquet. First, D3 Week is an annual celebration for the entire division to recognize and celebrate all of the accomplishments of Division III student athletes. During the week, our SAAC group has taken the initiative to develop a SAAC Instagram takeover tradition where a different sports team takes over the Regis Athletics Instagram page each day of the week. We also host a lot of recruits that week and celebrate the academic accomplishments of student athletes at our Student Athlete Academic Excellence Ceremony. The second event that I had mentioned, the Regis Pride Regis, are like a mini awards presented to the department to kick off our annual end of the year athletic awards night. To win a Regis Reggie Award, student athletes vote on 4 to 5 categories such as Best Comeback, Win of the Year, and Best Record-Breaking Performance. Nominees in each category are presented by qualifying teams throughout the year. The end result of winning an award is an awesome moment for the whole team. One more SAAC accomplishment has been the introduction of student athlete stoles to the graduation regalia for all student graduating seniors. It was a SAAC idea to petition for student athlete stoles to wear on graduation day, and we were so thankful and proud that our request was granted a couple years ago. These fun events not only celebrate our accomplishments at Regis students, but were also programs initiated by SAAC. And I am proud to say that without SAAC, these events would not exist. If you can believe it, I only gave you a snapshot of what life is like as a SAAC student athlete. There are so many other ways our community engages with the campus community, and it has been a blast being a part of the many experiences. I hope I've inspired you to become involved as a student athlete leader and a member of SAAC for the Regis College Pride. Thanks everyone for your time, and please send any questions you might have about SAAC to our advisor, Coach A, at angela.santafe@regiscollege.edu.
Hi, my name is Mike, and I'm going to be a senior on the men's lacrosse team. And if there's one thing that I know now that I wish I knew as a freshman athlete, it would be to spend more time taking care of your body, whether that be nutrition, hydration, stretching, or PT. It's all really important to helping you be the best athlete that you can be. It's easy to forget to drink that extra water or do a couple of the stretches that the trainers told you to do, but it's all important. Injuries happen in sports, and if you don't take care of them, they will continue to nag at you, which can be really frustrating and annoying as a player. So if we take the steps to spend more time helping your body, eating right, drinking water, doing things like that, it'll help you out in the long run, and you'll be really thankful.
Hello, everyone. My name is Santi. I'm a sophomore here at Regis College. I'm a biology and pre-med major, and I play for the men's soccer team. Today, I'm joined by Sheridan.
I'm Sheridan. I'm a sports management major, and I play field hockey and lacrosse here at Regis, and I'm going to be a sophomore. Today, we're going to be talking about our favorite things of our first year and what we wish we could do differently. Santi, what was your favorite thing about your first year?
If I had to pick out of all the things that I did this year, my favorite thing was the family that I was able to walk into in the men's soccer team. Really just, it creates an environment of success. It creates an environment where we push each other, and just in the field, outside the field, in the classroom, it's just, it's an unbelievable feeling to be able to share the experience with all these guys and have them support me at all times. So I say definitely the bonds and friendship that I was able to build with my team was definitely a great experience.
That's great. And what do you wish you could do differently?
If there was one thing I could do differently was to really not take for granted practices and games during the fall. It seems like you have so many practices and so many games ahead of you, but it really goes by so quickly. So if I could have done something differently was to just appreciate a little more the fact that I was able to go out there every day and play after class, compete during the week and in the weekend. So yeah, just be mindful of the fact that, it's a great opportunity, and it doesn't happen very often, and not everybody gets to do it. So I need to be more mindful that time I really should be taking advantage of.
Definitely.
And now, let me ask you the same question. What was your highlight of the year for you this year as a first year?
I think the highlight of my first year was just coming onto the team and the overwhelming support of my coaches, especially my teammates. Like, being a freshman, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't have any friends going in, and they just welcomed me with open arms. They pushed me to be my best throughout the entire season. They encouraged me, and I wouldn't have done anything without them.
That's awesome. And if there was one thing you could change?
One thing I could change was definitely time management. Um, I just didn't know there was going to be so much schoolwork, so much practices were so much more intense. They were longer. Classes, I'm taking 5 now in high school. It was more spread out. I wish I asked for help sooner from my coaches, anyone, even like my older teammates, and just tried harder to get my GPA higher because I know that's going to be beneficial, like to graduate with a good degree and a good GPA.
Awesome. Well, I hope this was a little helpful for you guys, and go Pride.
Hi, my name is Erin Murphy. I'm a part of the Regis College softball team. I am a member of SAAC since my freshman year. I'm a rising junior, I'm a nursing major, and I'm also a tour guide at Regis. So this year is going to be a little different than our normal Regis athletics seasons. It started off in the spring, including my season last year. We were able to get 8 games down in Florida, but once we came back within, I think it was the early March, our season was cut. So we didn't play any games past Florida, which was really heartbreaking, especially towards our seniors. Our seniors were amazing, and they're going to be missed by a lot. They were amazing members. But I just want to reassure you that nothing within our culture or our dynamics of Regis College athletics is ever going to change.
My name is Sebastian, and I'm a senior on the men's volleyball team here at Regis. Although the coronavirus has given us many differences in our everyday lives, some things will remain the same as a student athlete at Regis College. For example, the family atmosphere created amongst the teams will always be there, and they'll give you memories that will last a lifetime throughout your 4 years as a student athlete. Also, the help and support that you will receive from your fellow teammates, your coaches, the athletic trainers, and the athletic administrators will always be there, and they will always be more than happy to help you with whatever situation that you may face. Lastly, the competitive factor that is shown in practices, in games, and other team activities will always be there, and they'll help you become a better athlete.
I am Freddie Beckman. I am going to be a junior in the fall. I'm on the men's soccer team here at Regis. And my question I was given to talk to you guys was ways to get involved around campus. So for me currently, I am the president of the class of 2022, and I'm on the e-board for the Student Athletic Advisory Committee. So ways to get involved is here in the fall, on our quad, we have a club fair where all of our clubs and organizations set up booths with posters describing what the club is. It's a great way for transfers, incomers, freshmen coming in, just to walk around, get to know the clubs and organizations, talk to the reps about it, what it's about, how do you do to get in, and stuff like that. And I think it's a great way for all freshmen just to meet new people, just to do what they love, get a really nice stepping into Regis life, because most clubs are really involved here. I do think all freshmen should try to just sign up for 1, maybe 2 clubs or organizations their first year, just to meet new people and just to really succeed in what you love doing, because there's clubs for almost everything here at Regis. Have a good one.
Hello, everyone. I'm Santi. I'm a rising sophomore here at Regis. I'm a biology and pre-med major, and I play for the men's soccer team. Today, I wanted to focus on what ways you as a first-year student can get involved on campus. So today, I chose to focus on a topic that really, really stood out to me when I first had this conversation with one of my older teammates. I want to focus on the leadership roles you can have here at Regis College. Specifically, there are 3 main big roles, and it's the pride guide, the orientation leader, and the resident assistant. In order to become any of these 3 roles, you have to go through an interview process and get accepted into the job, of course. honestly, me personally, I have 2 of those 3 roles. I'm an orientation leader, and I will be a resident assistant in Maria Hall next year or this fall. So yeah, I can tell you that it's definitely something worth investing towards and something worth your time, because you're going to be able to influence so many student and student athletes' lives with your job and your leadership, that it will not only reflect on how you lead and develop on the field, but also in the classroom. And again, you might have heard me say this before. I'm a true believer that as a student athlete, you have the responsibility to set the bar high and to be and lead by example. So this is just one more way that you can make your Regis experience a lot better. Hope this was helpful, and go Pride.
One opportunity that you'll have available at Regis is the ability to go on service trips. And service trips are amazing opportunities to go around the world and immerse yourself in a new culture and learn things and serve that dear neighbor. And as an athlete, where our schedules are already stretched pretty thin, it's hard to budget time for classwork, social life, practice, games, and things like that. It can seem like it's almost impossible to try to find even more time to put towards a service trip, which requires a class that goes with it, fundraising, meetings, money, that kind of thing. It can seem like it's just not available for athletes. But myself and a bunch of my teammates, and others included, have actually been on service trips, and it is very doable, especially because the trips, I believe most of them go over during school breaks. So unless you're a spring athlete and you don't want to interfere with spring break games or practices, there are a few trips that go over spring break, but most of the trips go either during the summer or over winter break. Now the winter break trips can be maybe a little bit of an interference for winter athletes, but besides that, most of the trips and most of the athletes, you can find something that works for you. And another thing that makes it more accessible is the fact that your coaches, your teammates, and the entire athletic department will back you up if you do get selected to go on one of these trips. And the trips are honestly a privilege, and they are amazing to go on, and if you have the opportunity to go on one, you definitely should.
Another part of SAAC that I really like is the field day that we host each year. So in September or October, Regis hosts Regis Fest, and it's to celebrate the community. And what we do is every student goes and participates in an event either on or off campus, but SAAC and some other athletes, we take the soccer, lacrosse, and track fields and convert them into a playground for the daycare on campus. And at first, it seems a little scary because you have all these kids coming to you, but then you realize how amazing it is, because as soon as they get there, they're immediately having fun, running around the track, playing with the tarp in the middle of the field, you name it. And to have these kids look up to you as their heroes because you don't realize that to them you're a college athlete, which is something that a lot of kids dream of at a young age. It's a really amazing feeling to just know that you're their heroes and to help them have fun